Yo guys, what is up? Slimshaynee Gaming here to bring you back another video. And this is some more Black Ops 3 gameplay. I know it's coming down to the final month of the Black Ops 3, coming down to release. And I'm very excited. But even though it's, 1 month away, I think it's a good time to make a nice video on my thoughts about Black Ops 3. And I do have a lot of great thoughts about Black Ops 3. A lot of people don't really think so. Usually because they're not all into the movement system. Me, I'm actually really into the movement system. I feel like they kind of combined that exosuit from Advanced Warfare and kind of brought in the original kind of Call of Duty movement all at the same time, because the jetpack, it doesn't, throw you right up in the air, and it isn't that quick and fast. When in this, it's like a jetpack. It just brings you up real slowly and not too high up and all that kind of stuff. And it all feels nice and smooth and natural when you're playing the game. And I find that really soothing and nice when you're playing your game. Now, in Advanced Warfare, you always see that you're repeatedly having to go somewhere at all times, or else you're going to have a big chance of getting killed. Which you could camp and all that stuff, but, you could possibly get, killed real quickly. When in this, it kind of brings back a lot of the old Call of Duty style, which I really like, and all that kind of good stuff. And it kind of reminds me of Black Ops 2 in a way. A lot of it does remind me of that. But one thing I really, the first thing I'm going to mention in this game, is the weapons. Now, the weapons I actually really do love. I love the shotgun, which I'm using right now, the KRM-262 pump shotgun. I'm mostly into the pump shotguns. They're really nice. And I think there's an AA-12 or a weapon similar to the gun, which that wasn't as bad either. I'm not a big fan of that. And the ARK-7 is a really nice weapon as well. Of course, it has resemblance to the AK-74U. I'll be honest, I'd rather use the AK-74U, but this weapon's really good too. It's real. I find it much better at accuracy and all that. And there's a lot of other good weapons as well. There's a weapon I forgot the name of, but it looks like the Honey Badger. And if you played the beta already, you probably already know what weapon I'm talking about. And that weapon isn't as bad as well. I think it's called the HVK, I believe. And it really does look like that weapon too. And all the other weapons really are kind of good. The only weapons that, is my least favorite category. I wouldn't say my least favorite weapons because, I haven't tried them all and all that. But I feel like my least favorite category of weapons is the light machine guns. Usually because I'm not a fan of light machine weapons at all in general. So it's kind of like based on preference, but they're not as bad either. I would definitely use them a lot in the game. If you ever get a chance to, or if you ever want to have like Arnold be like your favorite people. But the other thing I really want to talk about too is the paint shop. The paint shop is so fun. It's probably one of the best things that came out for multiplayer in my honest opinion, because I always wanted to personalize my weapon a lot. And the character customization from the other games, and I wasn't really, the biggest fan of it because I didn't really care about how my character looked as much as, of course, your weapon. You want to upgrade your weapon. That's what you're going to be mainly focused on throughout all of Call of Duty. Because whenever you're playing zombies, you got your weapon you're looking at through the whole game. Since you're handling that weapon throughout the whole multiplayer match and all that, you want to make your weapon look nice. You want to have more attachments. Want to make it look cool. And the paint shop is just the thing for everybody. And I forgot what it's called. The blacksmith, I think it's called, where you get to throw on all the stuff to your weapon. But I think you can hook up 6 attachments to your weapon. Yeah, you can hook up 6 attachments. So it would be like a sight, a grenade launcher, maybe laser sight, bullet impact. I forgot what that's called. But and you can shoot through the walls and all that stuff, of course, like they have in most CODs. But you know what I mean, like by that, of course. Throwing a suppressor as well, and all that's really cool. I find that very interesting that you get to do all that to your weapon. I mostly love the camo part where you get to paint your own weapon, and I chose the rainbow, as you see I have here, and it's kind of easy to make one too. So it's kind of like the emblems in Black Ops 2, very similar to that. So if you're really good into making emblems, this is mainly the next step up where you can show more of how creative you are. So maybe there's like a lot of the Black Ops 2 emblems I've seen, a lot of them were like maybe the sky pictures and all that. the very cinematic pictures of open scenes. So you definitely can bring that all into Black Ops 3 and put it straight onto your weapon. And the next thing I definitely want to talk about is the game modes for multiplayer. The game modes for multiplayer are really fun. The only thing I wasn't a fan of is uplink. I know a lot of people are a fan of uplink, definitely, especially for Advanced Warfare. I've never really been into it as much. I kind of feel like it's more fast-paced. By fast-paced, I meant by usually you're going to have to look around everywhere you're going, and especially when you have the ball too, you're going to get killed like any minute. You're going to have to get a lot of cover. But I think that's just the main point of the game mode, and that's what a lot of people like about it. Me, I wasn't as a big fan. I just like going around just shooting people instead of just having to get a ball. And same as for capture the flag. Like, I wasn't a big fan for just getting the flag and going back to base, but I kind of like that concept a little bit more than uplink, only because you know, it seems more natural. But I can definitely say uplink, I kind of do like it in a way, only because, you know, you get to throw the ball in the air and all that right into the hoop part. So, you know, that's kind of like what I like about it. Not really too much other than that. And also, the other game modes, one that I really love is Safeguard. I don't know if people are into that as much. That's my best game mode. You see me play in one of my earlier videos where I got like 60 kills and all that. That's my favorite and best game mode. I just love how you have to protect a robot as he's going against or around the map, of course. And it brings a lot more action, and it brings you to a lot more areas throughout the map, maybe that you don't usually take routes in when you're playing team deathmatch and all that. So that's really cool of an experience too. And all the other game modes are just kind of basic game modes. Hopefully they bring in more game modes to Black Ops 3 when the full game comes out, which they probably will, of course. Why wouldn't they? And the maps too I want to talk about. The maps are really fun. The only map I wasn't a big fan of is the one that they released in the beta, the 4th map. It's one of the snow maps. And I wasn't as a big fan of that map. It was really fun. It was kind of fun to play on. I just didn't like it as much. It wasn't really up for me. I always sucked on that map. So that's usually my least favorite. I really do like how the map designs are, though. All the map designs are excellent. I never, you know, gave a doubt. Without a matter of a doubt, it sucked. It's all good to me. I love the maps. Really fun. Really cool. Love exploring. You know what I mean? And I like how they don't have those barriers everywhere, the invisible barriers. So wherever you go, you just step on an invisible barrier like in older CODs. In this, you know, you have more exploration throughout the map to jump around. So that's kind of exciting, you know, to go around, jumping through the side of the walls and shooting the peoples. Oh yeah, I forgot too. The wall riding, or the wall running. That's probably one of my favorite things in Black Ops 3. It can actually help you out with your game a lot as well. I know there's one map, I think I'll put a video up on it very soon. Probably not like next video, but in a few other videos. There's the one map where you're on top of the buildings, and you can do, I don't know if it's a glitch spot or just a quick, easy route, I'm not too sure. But you can run around the side of the building with the wall riding. If you keep on jumping around one side of the building, you can actually go around without having to go through the map, one of the 3-way dimensions of getting through the map, which is usually how Call of Duty likes to do with the 3-way. That sounded wrong, but with the way where you go 3 routes. But there is actually a 4th one, which I'll probably show in a video if I do have recording footage of it, and it is probably will be in the full game of Black Ops 3, so if I don't have it, I always can show you guys then. And another thing I do want to talk about is the specialists. The specialists in this game are really cool in my opinion, of course, along with everything else are cool. Why aren't they cool? The thing I really love, probably most out of all of them, is the recovery. I think that's what it's called. I don't know, something like that. And it's, you know, where you get shot. It's kind of like Last Stand. You get shot and then you can get right back up and then kill the person that's right there. I kind of find that a little trollish, but it actually can be very useful for your game if you're trying to get a score streak or something. The next, before that I like is the glitch, where you can go into a spot beforehand, so you kind of get yourself out of, you know, out of harm's way, as a lot of people would say. And a lot of the other ones are really awesome as well. I have never really got to try out the last one, which is the Ripper. I think he has like a sword or something, which is cool, you know, very awesome. Nice. I don't know, I haven't really tried him out. I'll definitely try him out when the full game comes out. The next thing I do want to talk about is the score streaks. Now, the score streaks I wasn't too fond of, just because the only reason I wasn't too big of a fan is because they all are kind of the same as they are in Black Ops 2. A lot of the score streaks are mainly the same, which they have been with Call of Duty for a long time. And I wouldn't really change any of the score streaks in general, just because I really like them all, and that's how everything is. But anyways, I'll talk to you guys later, and see you in the next one. Peace.